Welcome back, everyone, to Third Street Reactions. I'm Zach.
Shane.
We're back with Star Wars Rebels, Season 1, Episode 10. Do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, last time we had the Ghost split apart, the crew split apart, and the ship split apart. So literally, we went back to the...
Yeah, what's
that little thing
little
called?
shuttle called?
I don't know. It has different names. It's not like Ghost...
It does.
Ghost Junior?
It's called something.
Does it have its own name, or is it called...
It's called something else. Because he says that we're to take the whatever the hell down to this asteroid.
Okay. Yeah, we took that little ship down to the hangar on that planet, or the asteroid, I should say, where Hera and Sabine were trying to fend off...
Is it the Phantom?
Is it the Phantom?
I don't know.
That's familiar.
So, I know. I don't know if it's right, though.
Yeah. Yeah, but they wanted to lead the Inquisitor, the Empire down there, and they were using...
They wanted to lead them away from SIBO.
Yeah, and they were using Beast Tame to control the planets, those animals that are native there.
Yeah.
To attack the Imperials, they did. Obviously, the Inquisitor...
The Aardvarks.
But Jason Isaac's Inquisitor doesn't go down so easily. But when Ezra did tap into the dark side, you remember what happened?
Yeah, he summoned up the giant wombat.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it was a lot bigger.
yeah,
and you know, darks. We did have a talk on that, so go check it out. Mm-hmm. But I was wondering what was the actual difference besides the means in which they were summoned. But the means is what matters.
Well, his fear of the circumstances, the situation, and the threat.
Yeah.
Enabled him to summon up something that was much more mature than the others.
Yeah, he walked a quick and easy path to get something done, essentially.
Yeah, he didn't mean to, but
yeah,
at the same time, that's what even Kanan said to him on the way back.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, you're developing much faster than I thought you would. I didn't prepare you for this. I'm sorry.
One thing we didn't talk about, though, was Ezra did forgive him, and then he felt that through the Force. SIBO felt that through the Force, and he was able actually to kind of regain control of his faculties a little bit.
He said he was sorry, and he forgave him,
yeah.
And then SIBO said, I'm sorry, too.
So the question is, which if you're joining us for the first time, I have reacted to this before on my old channel. Zach is claiming that SIBO's, not SIBO, Ezra's parents are dead. So we'll see what happens.
I feel like it's story-wise, they need to be.
You already did it again. It's like, you came up with an opinion. It's like, well, it needs to be this. If it's not, it's bad storytelling.
It's why I think what I think. That's why I think they should be dead. Like, they're dead because I feel like how I understand storytelling dictates that they might think they're alive, but they're dead. That's what basically I said last time.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, I actually don't remember. And that's the God's honest truth. I don't remember if they're dead or alive.
God's honest, huh?
God's honest. All right.
All right.
Cross my heart and hope to die. Before we jump in, guys, if you want to support us, click that like button, leave a comment down below, hit the tip button. Also, check us out on Patreon to see full-length, uncut reactions, and also up to 4 weeks early access. Let's jump in.
Full length. We are starting you off Star Wars Rebels, Season 1, Episode 10. In 3, 2, 1. Back on the foul.
That fucking field. Yeah, they're here for a lot.
Base of operations.
They're here a lot, yeah.
I have to know if you are ready.
I am ready. Wait,
Vin, tell them
ready for what?
For a test. A real challenge. One that could determine if you're meant to be a Jedi.
Don't base it off that. Just give me something easy, you know what I mean? Like, you know I'm a good dude. Just let me be a Jedi. That's what I would say.
Second chance or not?
I mean, if you want to give me one.
I'm not giving you anything. Now go prep the Phantom.
That's right!
You say, Master.
Yep. You had that, like, fucking staff loaded. Like, sitting like this.
It just came out. It was just...
Happened on the asteroid. You have to help him.
I hope I can.
I know you can.
It always helps if you have a woman's confidence.
I know. I'm like projecting what I know about her live action component onto her.
Yeah.
Except I'm making the eyes bigger. And it's like, kind of turning me on over here a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
I want you to meditate. Let the Force guide you to one of them.
What if I can't find it?
That's part of the test. Trust yourself. Trust the Force.
That's something also in kind of the canon that in Clone Wars we're not seeing all these different temples everywhere.
Yeah.
But Dave Filoni took that from the canon, from kind of the old canon, and said, "Oh yeah, the Jedi had outposts everywhere." So I thought it was pretty cool.
You sure?
I can't give you the coordinates, but I can direct us there. I know I can.
Reminds me a little bit of Fallen Order on that remote planet.
Yeah. Miss that game. You gotta play the second one eventually.
My plan is to finish Death Stranding Director's Cut and then play that before I play Death Stranding 2.
I thought you were gonna play Final Fantasy 7 before you played Fallen Order 2.
No. Okay, I got Director's Cut because I wanted to really replay that game and completely finish it.
Okay.
And then my brother gave me Survivor.
Yeah, it's good.
So,
yeah.
This is your home.
When I squint, I just see Count
We better
Dooku's
figure out how we get inside.
castle
And don't
place.
take too long. Remember, the
Serenade.
Empire
Yeah.
has access to all the old Jedi records. They may know about this temple and have it under surveillance.
We got the Northern Lights over here, and just everything's on Lothal, huh? Everything.
see, it's not just all fields. It's not the barren fields.
I do love that place in the beginning of Jedi Fallen Order, like your little base operations, and there's like all these little mini puzzles there, and there's like some of those enemies that are very hard.
You talking about the junk planet?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, the planet of the Zephyr.
Yeah, well, that's what I was talking about before.
Oh, okay. I love the idea of the Zephyr.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It reminds me of the ones in the fucking Knights of the Old Republic. The Luthen mentions them.
Yeah.
It wants to admit me. No, wait, not me. Us. Master and Padawan. Together.
Then together it shall be.
This should pass the test already, man.
Keep letting me go and learn.
The music's gonna kill me this episode. What is this? What is that? What's that species called?
I'm gonna need more time to think when I'm not watching this at
I
the same
know.
time.
Rakatan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Rakuten Empire.
Yeah.
Life in my hands?
You put your training in mine.
I'd be like, ah, fuck that, man. Let's come back with more. If I were one of those guys, I was just, fuck it. He can come back. Yeah, fuck it.
Nothing and everything.
That doesn't help.
I know.
That's what my master told me.
I'm gonna be I Know What You Did Last Summer 3. See ya.
Damn shame Sarah Michelle Gellar already died.
Oh, fuck, she did, didn't she?
Yeah.
Using the Force.
What happened to having faith in me?
Second thoughts. Fortunately. Come on.
The Vision.
Loth Cat, Loth Wolf, Loth Cat Run. That's a funny...
Yeah.
Decided to bring you here, Padawan.
No.
Now, who dies first?
Visions.
No! I'll die before I let you harm the...
Classic movie. He's like a monster, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
There's something cool about fighting in animation that obviously isn't realistic, but there's enough there where you can... It feels cool.
It matters now. Your turn.
I'll make you pay. I swear you'll pay.
Ah!
Apparently, some...
It's funny how he's like this monster. I would have all these assumptions by now, like, okay, I don't think I can die.
Yeah.
Knew there was a reason you were being so nice
Yeah,
to
it's just
him.
playing on
Pretty
all his
cold,
fears.
guys. After all, he's just a little kid. Scared, alone. Me?
Of course, they didn't show any of that. hate to have a man like that walking after me.
That's right. I'm in the temple. I knew it.
I guess I would be concerned if the vision I was seeing was some kind of supernatural glimpse into their minds.
Yeah.
Like what they really thought that.
If I follow my training.
Ready to die, boy? Or are you afraid?
That's stupid, little boy.
Yeah.
You could hardly have let him down more.
Let's go.
I'm not afraid.
He's laying on thick. I'm not afraid.
See more clearly what you
So it makes sense with the Inquisitor and everybody else involved in his visions.
guide.
Unless Yoda is just like speaking from a... Oh, okay. The stuff.
The stuff we see this stuff in Yoda's Ark
Yeah, we went to that little planet.
with the crazy mask people.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wills. Some of George's original ideas.
The kid's taking too long.
I'm out.
Patience. Remember you nothing of your own training.
Master Yoda.
You are here.
Thank you, Master.
Thank you. Nothing have I done. See who I can. Before I could not. Changed. Something has.
Which way is the right way?
The wrong question, that is.
I'm sorry, I don't...
Start asking the right questions.
Yeah.
Tell me, why must you become
What
Jedi?
does that look like?
I don't know, I guess because
Star
Kanan believes I can.
The little place where fucking Ahsoka went to.
And you?
Well, alive. They feel alive, like I do now.
Good. Good.
I love hearing his voice.
There is Padawan, a Jedi.
Is it a kyber crystal?
Perceptive you are.
Good food, yes.
What is it? It's good, right?
Ezra, that's a kyber crystal.
Oh, wow. What's a kyber crystal?
It's a lightsaber crystal.
I would be afraid it's irradiated or something.
Makes me want to play Knights of the Republic again. But
I was thinking about that. It actually makes me want to play Jedi Fallen Order again, just going into temples and solving things. And
what's what makes me want to play Knights of the Republic? They were supposed to remake that game. And
it's still in the works. Aspire.
I thought I'd let you check it out first.
For you. Go for it.
So do you just kind of see?
Blaster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's his own thing. I like it. It's definitely different. Good little shot to end it too.
A little weird and different, but all right.
Full length. See you back at the YouTube channel for the discussion. Guys, that was a reaction. Obviously, I've reacted to this before. I didn't remember this episode, and I really loved it.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Like I said, it took me back. It took me back to the days playing Knights of the Old Republic. And it took me back to, well, I played, obviously, Fallen Order.
Yeah, it gave me this feeling that
Which Fallen Order took me back to KOTOR.
yeah.
So,
When I think of Star Wars, the thing that I think people loved about it when it first came out, that I don't necessarily associate with it, is this amazing sense of wonder and adventure. That is not what I love it for.
well,
But this episode made me feel this sense of wonderment and adventure.
why do you love it?
Well, it's kind of like my faith. I was kind of born into it a little bit. I got into it. It was the first thing that you and I got into besides Ninja Turtles. I also, a lot of my friends in high school loved it with me, and that kind of made me love it for that and for them. And also, I mean, especially to me, that original trilogy and the prequel trilogy, especially episode, for me, 1 and 3, I just think it tells an amazing cross-generational story. I love the Jedi Sith stuff. I love the lightsaber fighting. Lightsaber fighting for me is huge. But as I got older, I started appreciating ship models and weird stuff that as a 10-year-old you don't really think about. Oh,
I did. because
I didn't.
When I first was introduced to the series, I was introduced to the toys.
Yeah, your cousins.
Not just my cousins, people that I went to daycare with.
Okay.
And they had the micro machines.
Yeah, I remember you had the micro machines.
Well, I never had any of that shit. And this person that I went to preschool with, or it's not really preschool at that point, I was still going to daycare or whatever until we were however old.
Well, I remember I went to Betsy Mills with you.
Yeah. So one kid that went there had micro machines, Star Wars micro machines. I'm like, what are these? And he told me about the series, and that's how I found out about it.
Okay.
The Scout Troopers and their speeders off of Endor, the AT-ATs, like all that shit was really, really fascinating and cool.
Yeah. What made me get into any kind of robotic vehicle type stuff that I think traditional masculine boys are into was actually Gundam Wing. Like that got me into like that. That got me into that stuff, and then I started like when I looked at Star Wars, I was like, oh, some of this stuff is pretty cool.
It was very cool. The ships were cool.
Yeah.
Like I always had a thing for the Slave One. The Slave One's obviously fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And just there were some great Ralph McQuarrie designs that transitioned well into later years. I thought the prequel trilogy had some cool looking ships. I mean, the Slave One was there in its early years. I liked Maul's Sith Interceptor.
It was cool.
And his speeder.
For me, it was like the droids. Like I loved like the droidicas.
The droidicas were cool. The super battle droids were cool when I first discovered them.
Yeah, they were cool too.
I never was quite as taken as I thought maybe I should be with the Magna droids.
Yeah, I thought they were pretty cool.
I liked him in the Micro series.
But I don't. The reason why I love it, I mean, there's a bunch of reasons, and it's changed as I've gotten older.
Well,
so it's changed many times.
It breaks my heart a little bit, but it's like you look back on KOTOR and maybe it's the wonder of a child, but I look back on KOTOR and when I played, what I experienced playing that, what I experienced playing Fallen Order, and it's something that a coworker of mine and a friend said to me. He's like, he thought that the future of Star Wars was in video games and not in cinema anymore because.
I hope not.
He grew up during the sequel trilogy, and I don't really like the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to trash it, but I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I love video. To me, they're my favorite medium. I think it's the best medium, but I don't think it's the future.
Like he and I bickered over.
Well, I would disagree with him that I don't. Even though it's my favorite medium, I don't think it should be.
Because he found love there, and my thing is like I had lost faith in the fucking cinematic universe because the sequel trilogy wasn't that good.
Yeah.
And. You know, we had Andor, we had Mandalorian, and then we had Ahsoka, which is how I would rank those three shows.
Yeah.
And other than that, which there hasn't been a lot of Star Wars television.
There really hasn't.
Those are the big ones.
We have the Visions, and people love those, but you kind of don't count them.
Well, they're animated. I'm talking about live action features. And I think, I feel as though Star Wars cinematically needs to make a comeback.
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do with the Mandalorian Grogu, which I'm very excited for.
I hope it's good.
And obviously Ryan Gosling, what's his name? Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
Gosling?
Like the baby goose, a Gosling.
Yeah, he's going to be in shit. You got to plug that in for it dies. Actually, we don't need it. Yeah, he's going to be what might be a trilogy, the star of the new Star Wars movies that take place after Episode 9. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. I do like that guy quite a bit.
I like him a lot, but it depends on the director. The producers.
I think it's Simon Kinberg. It might be him.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
He created X-Men, and he helped create this show.
X-Men?
Yeah, X-Men and Gargoyles.
And you mean the animated series?
Yeah, and he's done a bunch of other movies.
So
and
he's also not the creator of X-Men. He's the fucking...
Yeah, I'm sorry. Right. Yeah, my bad. And then he also helped do this show. His name's right there. So maybe it's not Kinberg.
Oh, I can't see it. It's okay.
Simon
I can see it, but...
Yeah. That being said, I'm fine with the future of Star Wars, and if
well, it's going to be good or it's going to be bad, but either way, you still have the good shit.
Yeah, I still got the shit I like,
it's the same.
Like I don't watch, Young Jedi Adventures. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like people that we've talked about this time and time and again, but the people that complain about if they remake Harry Potter, right now that ain't looking good, but Alien, fantastic movie, Predator, in my top 5 favorite fucking movies, and they age so well.
Yeah.
And the Star Wars original trilogy. I mean, I feel like those movies, you can go back and watch them, and like, there's no, you don't sit there and like, oh God, this is this again. Like you feel like you can't.
Of course not.
When you feel the pain of certain movies that have not aged like something about them in their production, in terms of the performances or how they made the cuts and edited the film, they just don't age well. Like they're not seamless.
Yeah.
But those movies I mentioned, they are kind of
They
seamless
got it right.
movies.
They got it right.
Yeah, and even you've seen Predator.
Yeah.
So you know the scene where Jesse Ventura is like, "I got time to bleed," and the guy's like, "Hey, you got time to duck?" Well, I guess they were talking about cutting that scene, but Jesse Ventura insisted because him and that other actor, which I can't remember his name right now, they were the only two actual Vietnam vets on set.
Okay.
So he wanted to have a scene with him. So he's very insistent on
good.
keeping it. And that's one of the most iconic fucking scenes in that movie.
Yeah. I'm gonna say during basketball practice, I ain't got time to bleed, boys.
Yeah, so it's like you just those little moments that made that movie.
Yeah.
Because that movie is just a big testosterone fest.
Yeah.
And one of the only movies I know that I'm glad that Jean-Claude got fired from, because the original Alien design was not nearly as iconic or cool as what we came up with. But
it's funny how that happens, huh?
Yeah, but it was just fantastic.
Yeah.
And Star Wars, I feel like obviously it has room. It has there's so much of it that it can really. They can only when they have fucked it up in some respects, when they've had a chance to do good, they have so many chances to get it right.
Yeah, because they can tell a story anywhere at any point in time. And as long as it's good, then it'll be good. Like, I didn't know I needed Andor. That's one of my favorite things.
Andor's fantastic.
Like, I was so not excited about The Mandalorian. I was thinking, well, so it takes place between 6 and 7. Mm-hmm. Nothing happens during that era. I don't give a shit about clone troopers, stormtroopers, or fucking Mandalorians. And it came out as one of my favorite things. And then it gave us Grogu, which was... No one knew about him. Yeah, they had to like make sure Hasbro and all the action figure companies that already had this stuff for like 18 months were fucking like only a couple top key people in those companies knew about the character, and it never leaked until the episode came out, and then people were like, "What's this?"
Yeah,
and it's amazing. Like that doesn't happen anymore. Think about how many things leak.
Yeah, because little assholes that are in the mix are like, oh, I know something.
Some little guy would take a picture of an action figure.
Yeah. Well, it's become our culture.
Yeah.
Little assholes with their phones.
Yeah.
Fucking
well, about this episode, we mentioned it briefly. Ezra, now he created his lightsaber, and that's his design. It is a lightsaber / blaster. Mm-hmm. Definitely something very different. I think it suits him. I won't say it's something I'd have.
Maybe something I would have.
I think it's cool for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
If you want to say that, it sounds like an excuse to me.
Well, for you, something is cool is something that you would have.
Well, something
there's nothing that's like it's like that's cool for that person.
Logically speaking, like there are some things that are just fucking cool. Like no matter who you fucking are, you can say that's cool.
I'm sure if there's anything that we love, people would debate it's not as cool, and I would debate that they're wrong, and I think I would do it well, but it's subjective
to a certain point.
Like Predator, like who couldn't say that isn't cool?
Muscle cars.
Yeah, I think
they're fucking
you
cool.
Can't debate that they're not cool, but people do.
Like
everyone outside of America during that time thought they were dumb.
1940s knucklehead, you know what I mean? Like it's just like it's just something. It's just cool. Like if you don't think it's fucking cool, something's wrong with you.
Yeah. I know. I get it.
I know. Colt single action armies, man. It's a cool fucking revolver. If you don't fucking like it,
no.
You're mistaken.
I think it's cool for him. It suits him, and it's definitely unique.
It's childish, so it does.
It's definitely.
It looks like a squirt gun with.
You don't think that'd be useful?
I didn't say it wouldn't be useful, but I just feel like
you're talking about
one
the looks.
belongs somewhere else. Like you have a blaster and the lightsaber. He's combining them both, and it's just. I understand it's efficient, but at the same time, it looks like a squirt gun.
You're a mechanic. You're all about efficiency.
It looks like a squirt gun with like the.
So if you designed it,
toy store.
If you designed it, would you think, okay, it's something I could use?
I don't like it.
That's fair.
I don't fucking like it.
You're allowed not to like it. That's why we're having the conversation. I don't love it. I think it's cool for him, and it's definitely something I've never seen, and I haven't seen since.
I don't know. I grew up traditional lightsaber and blaster are separate.
Yeah.
So it's like they're I don't even like the Inquisitor's dual lightsaber stupid shit where it's like spinning around.
Well, you know how I feel about that.
I don't like that either. So don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm just singling Ezra out.
Yeah.
There's designs in the show that they tried to make something different because that's been occurring since Darth Maul had a double-bladed lightsaber.
Yeah.
But there was like reasons behind that and their styles of fighting and things that in the canon made sense. The dual lightsaber, Dooku's curved hilts and like those kind of things, they made sense. I mean, to me the curved hilt doesn't make a lot of sense because To me,
What makes
to me? Well, to me, it makes no sense how a lightsaber has any fucking weight. But I understand this is a fantasy.
Yeah.
And they had to make it so.
Well, definitely George has shifted, like, because like in the original trilogy, like in the fourth one, in A New Hope, he said it was his heavy energy weapon, and you felt the weight.
It's like you're kind of like making excuses for.
Yeah, and then in
the fact that
5,
they had no
in
choreography.
5, it's like, well, they are like that, but Vader's good and Luke's better.
Yeah.
And in 6, he's like, yeah, they're just light. It's like a flashlight.
Yeah.
He just changes it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's convenience, because I feel like it's making excuses for the technological limitations of the
Yeah.
time. And by the time you get to episode 3, and they're just whipping that shit around like crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it's...
Well,
it
1
can't-
too. 1 is...
Well, yeah. Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Though. Like, 1's slower than 3. Because by that point, Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor had...
They're very good. But
Well, they trained so much together.
Yeah, I think Ray
understood that.
Park's fastest moments with his footwork are about as or faster.
Yeah, but he's moving his whole body. It's not so much the lightsaber.
Yeah.
Everything's kind of this bam, 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 bam. And they're really cool, but Obi-Wan technically is moving his lightsaber faster.
You have to be.
Yeah, so...
By the nature of having one blade.
Yeah. So the idea, though, is those evolved, the storytelling evolved, the technology, more importantly, evolved.
Yeah.
To showcase those components. And so it's just like any creator, you have to explain the limitations of your story when you are retconning and advancing it in later stages. So it makes sense why he said that. I'm not holding it against him.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying that it's obviously not the fucking case.
Yeah.
So
He, Nick Gillard, I think he described it as he described, like, obviously what George's mindset was. And he said these are weapons of light, but they do have a pull, an energy pull.
well, it would be like it would still be cutting.
Because the light cuts, the light has to cut through space, and you feel that, but it is lighter than like a sword or a vibro weapon, right?
Yeah. Like it would still be extremely light. Extremely light. But
that's my opinion too, yeah.
So yeah, it's just I don't know where the fuck we started with this.
I know, but obviously we're talking. We need to clip this and make it a podcast, because
Either way,
we had podcast mics right over there.
Yeah, it's
So, but the episode pretty damn good, essentially.
episode was good. Obviously, that did some great discussion.
And they're parroting, not parroting. They're equivalizing the element of obviously Luke going into the cave on Dagobah, Rey going into the cave on not Exegol. Is it Exegol? No, that's Palpatine's planet. But Luke's island. You know what I mean? And having these, and I think I'm sorry, what's his name from Fallen Order? I think he did it too. So and obviously, and Starkiller does it in The Force Awakens. We have these times where in Star Wars storytelling where the pupil gets kind of tested to see where they are, and the amount of fear they have, and the amount of readiness they have.
Yeah.
And it never gets old for me. So I always like it kind of reincarnated into something different. Now I will say this. In the original trilogy and canon within, and in the prequel trilogy, in the books. So making a lightsaber is very hard to do. And if you don't do it right, it'll explode. Mm-hmm. Now, in the prequel trilogy, I was part of the test. But they really knew what they were doing. Because everything, all these crystals and shit had to be aligned perfectly to measure. And I guess the idea was it's hard to do even with the technology and using instruments. So you have to turn things and tune it with the Force, like rotating things like a millimeter, I guess, lining things up within the saber to make it work properly without it exploding. Mm-hmm. So in Return of the Jedi deleted scene / book, Luke Skywalker, he makes the saber in Return of the Jedi, and we actually see that scene. He actually plays the idea of R2 turning it on so it doesn't explode in his hand, but he can never do it with R2. And Luke realized that was the test that he needed, to be a true Jedi. And before they kind of deep into canon, when Vader says, "Oh, you have a new lightsaber, your training is complete," it's like that's the only thing they kind of needed to do. George actually had other ideas, but that's how it was written and that's what was said. Yeah. Was Luke made the lightsaber, therefore his skills are kind of close to complete. Yeah. So the idea originally was supposed to be very hard to do. Now that concept got kind of lost a little bit with time. I knew about it, and now you know about it. So when he made that, it just happened like that. So me observing the deleted scene in Return of the Jedi, it's not like a deal breaker.
Well,
but I like the idea of that being hard to do.
as the world grows and they have to fill in these gaps, especially when people really, like, the general Star Wars crowd kind of demands more of the Star Wars, like the Jedi, the Sith,
Yeah.
the lightsabers, you know, that test. Like, where can you really take it other than regurgitating the same fucking thing over and over again?
Yeah.
That's the issue. That was always cool about, like, the underworld and the underbelly, like Boba Fett, and, like, you know, the militant side of things, where you just have these outlaws that are running around that have to coexist with these people,
Like Hondo.
and there are ways around them.
Yeah, I mean, that's
And,
why I think
You know, Cad Bane's really
I've been so
cool.
saturated with Jedi Sith stuff, going with what you said, and I love it. And if they bring me more and it's good, I'll love it. But I'm really happy to get Andor.
What's the thing?
Andor and
It's always a repetition.
Yeah, I'm really happy to get Andor and Mandalorian now, and they can saturate that with me.
Yeah,
So,
I'll take it.
all right, guys, that's it for our conversation. I hope you like our long talks. We actually would love to do podcasts. We just don't have the time. We're kind of lazy. This is an example of the conversations that we have. Anyways, if you want to support us, leave a comment down below. Tell us what you think. If not, we'll see you. Check us out on Patreon to see early access and full length. If not, we'll see you next Thursday on YouTube. Bye-bye.